Hey all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to FF14 Heavensward. Last time, a bit of a cleanup episode. Took out a couple side quests, got some ether currents, and we took down our first Heavensward dungeon, the Dusk Vigil. Now, it's time to say farewell to the Western Highlands as we complete the final quest of this area. 'Twould seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphino. He must have had a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Yeah, I got them. 2 yak hides right here. Yeah, purple smoke. That's pretty much what we're after. Now let's see if we actually get anybody to show up.
I should have known it would be you.
Well, that was fast. I barely just lit the thing. Were you just watching us? Hey, Arsehart.
Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers.
Guilty.
Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent.
Yes. I'm not sure how good the intent is, considering the potential with, Mr. Stinian over here.
Now, tell me why you are here.
Well, we want to stop Nidhogg's attack on Ishgard. Need to keep him from killing all the innocent people.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion.
Fair enough. It's not going to stop us from trying.
The spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest.
Oh dear.
Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
See, I knew the church was going to be a pain in my ass. Of course, I'll probably believe you. I'm pretty sure Alphino will too, but
'twas more than a millennium past.
Better odds about a Stinian here.
First sought to claim the lands of Kurthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Kurthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva.
Aha! Saint Shiva, there we are.
While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm, Heavensward, in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster.
I wonder if Shiva had the echo. Probably needed it to talk to the dragons.
In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither.
Ouch.
Such melancholy musings plagued Heavensward, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him.
I don't like where this is going.
The thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity.
Oh yeah, that's hard to hit on her.
Heavensward ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the 2 warring factions.
Oh, damn.
No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Here we go.
It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted.
Nidhogg's eye. And that pissed Nidhogg off something fierce, right?
Nidhogg. He who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery.
And I have it right here.
And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
I mean, literally, Estedian has the eye in his back pocket. We could give it back to him and be like, yeah, our like great-great-grandpappy's bad. They were idiots.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart.
Hmm?
Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Yeah, but that's not working anymore. Yep, there it is. Damn thing's still evil as shit.
Good gods.
Uh-huh. Big old dragon eye.
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the eye does not reside there.
Hmm.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
Yeah. That would be a good assumption to make.
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
Oof. Damn, you sure you want to hold on to that thing? Sounds like a frickin' Horcrux. Gonna possess you and turn you into an evil monster.
Indeed lost to reason. Might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead?
Actually, not a bad idea.
He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him.
I mean, we gotta try. What's the alternative? Just sit back and wait for the Horde to show up? Man, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
I mean, I kind of did the Sea of Clouds thing already. What the hell? I thought this was an Echo thing. That doesn't look like no Echo thing. Hello? Oh. Oh, am I reforging the crystals? I think I am. Sweet. 1 crystal down, 5 to go. Is that my plan, to slowly reforge my bond with Hydaelyn here? Oh yeah, that's smarted.
Is autumn mist, my friend?
No, just a long lost bond.
I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
I'm pretty sure I won't have a problem finding you. Oh. Hey, little dragon.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were.
No. Taking
Thy
time.
will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Time will tell, good sir. Time will tell. Now get back in my pocket. Don't need anybody seeing you right now. And this quest is officially complete. And with it, I should now have, yep, Ether Current Attunement complete, and I hit level 56. Even better. Oh, you guys are just down here waiting for me. All right. where the Chocobos roam, you say. Also, level 125 gear to pick from. Ooh, I'll take it. You are Dekumon, yes? Pray address me as Isail if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the Warrior of Light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania then? The chill of the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. Chocobo Forest, you say? Ooh, I'm intrigued. Also, I can fly! Finally! I can finally fly in this zone. Oh my goodness. Now granted, I don't have to go very far.
Beyond Abalathia's spine, the great mountain range that spans the continent of Aldenard from east to west. Into the deepening shadows of Som-Al, where lies the ancient home of Dragonkind. Oh shit. That's a big, oh, the dragons, they are coming. To a land where the soil slithers and the skies seethe with sinuous shapes, they came. I hear choco whistles. I see wild chocobos walking around. Oh, and there's an ether current right there, but quest first. I will get the ether currents off screen, but if you want a map to where they all are, I'll flash it up on screen for a little bit, and I'll also leave a link in the description. I should have done that with the last map as well. We now stand on the threshold of Dravania. The path to Som-Al will take us far to the west, beyond the embrace of your forest branches. It will be a long and demanding journey. Might I suggest we take our rest at the village up ahead, and see that we are properly provisioned? There is a village here, but I thought these lands the sole domain of Dragonkind. Why would anyone choose to live in so perilous a place? The wild chocobos, of course. Tailfeather was built by hunters who make their living capturing and selling the beasts. Their leader, Masachamp, is an acquaintance of mine. Being a gregarious sort, he will no doubt welcome our arrival, and he will also possess more recent knowledge of the road we seek to travel. I trust there are no objections? Only to this ceaseless chatter. If we are to meet this acquaintance of yours, let us do it before Ishgard burns. Well, I see Estinian is going to be surly this whole trip. Oh nice, there's a new ether right here for me to grab. Thank you, these are always helpful. Just getting around on these big maps a little easier. Oh, and there's an ether current here. Okay, fine, I'll grab this before I move on. I don't wanna miss one of these by mistake. Something tells me this won't be voiced. Yeah, I thought so. Well, tan my hide and call me Leatherface. We have visitors. I know, I apologize for the southern accent there. Oh-ho, and if it ain't the loveliest sail. It's been too long, girl. That it has, Marichamp, that it has. My companions and I are on a pilgrimage to Som-Al. Might we stay in Tailfeather a while, and prepare for the next leg of our journey? Of course, stay as long as you like. In fact, I wouldn't suggest leaving the forest at all. Dragon's been absolutely bleeding murderous of late. Forgive me, sir, but I'm not sure I understand. Do the dragons not bother you here in the forest? Bother us? Did the sail not explain things to you, boy? You've seen them towering column trees all about, haven't you? If you were flying above the canopy, you'd barely be able to see the ground. And as you'd expect, local wildlife's canny enough to stay hidden beneath the leaves, which is why the dragons do their hunting elsewhere, and we can do ours in peace. I see. Thank you for the explanation. You're welcome. Now, I know it won't stop a sail here, but dragons ain't the only things you'll need to keep an eye out for, especially if you're set on heading west. Oh dear, what else have I got to look forward to? I want the striking piece, thank you. Sad part, it's gonna be better than the piece I just got. Oh dear, oh, and we have side quests. I will do the side quests off screen as well. I do not believe any of them lead to dungeons at this point because all the dungeons are story-based from this point on, so
No need to deal with that again. Worse than dragons. What the hell's worse than dragons? I dare say you're wondering what could possibly be worse than dragons, eh? Well, I'll tell you, the bloody Nath. That's what you might get if you crossed an antling with a megala crab, taught the thing how to walk on 2 legs. They never used to stray far from their hives out of fear of the dragons, but they've gotten a lot more aggressive of late, sending out war parties from malms in all directions. They've even taken to harassing the Dravanians in their own lairs, if you can believe it. And when they venture into the forest, which is more and more, by the way, they certainly ain't afraid to come after my lot. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be closer to the Nath's home territory. The Nath sounds like a beast tribe, and a sudden aggressive surge of a beast tribe can only mean one possible thing.
Twould seem that much has changed in Dravania. The Nath would not want to cause such strife when I lived here. You lived here? In Dravania? Aye, 'twas in the time following the calamity. My family was dead, my home was gone, and I had fled from the bitter cold into these lands. I knew not the paths of the forest then, and wandered out from under the protection of its boughs. That was when I chanced upon Hraesvelgar. He had descended from his mountain lair to hunt for food. My exhausted mind could not contend with the sight of the majestic worm, nor the vision of the past his presence visited upon me. Thankfully, Masachamp found my unconscious form at the edge of the trees and nursed me back to health, and in Tailfeather I remained for some time. Hence your familiarity with the locals. But I interrupted you. You were saying these Nath were once a peaceful people. Peaceful would not be the most fitting description. They are a fiercely territorial tribe, and any who intrude upon their domain are attacked without hesitation or quarter. Outside the borders of their homeland, however, they were rarely hostile. Indeed, we were even able to trade with them on occasion.
They have changed then. What of it? We have not the time to creep through the underbrush on some roundabout route. I say we make straight for Somol and crush any unruly insect we meet underfoot.
A more direct path, then. Very well. Let us first follow the trail west out of the forest, and make for the statue of the Stained One. From there, we should have a fair view of the road that leads to Somol. Shall we?
We shall. I see purple smoke area, and I know what that means. It means I get my Chocobo back out. Oh. Ah, so these are the Nath. Let's actually zoom in and get a closer look. Oh, let's avoid the AoE first. Kind of look like samurai. This isn't Stormblood. Well, okay, maybe more Ronin than samurai, but still. Uh-oh, one more AoE. Kind of a cool design, I'll give him that. Well, that pack's dealt with. We got a second run? No, but we're not done with this quest yet. Gotta keep moving on. Find the next marker. More purple smoke means more wandering Nath, right? Yep. And me, I just blew my Madare on one of the first ones. But that's okay, these guys are really easy. Even if they are trying to cook my Chocobo. Can't have that. There's 2 here? Alright, at least I'm fully charged now. Oh, right. I need to put on my new piece of gear. Kinda like the other one better. This one has the better eye level, so I guess I'm stuck with it for now. Oh, hold up. I'm 56. I have a new skill. Hisatsu Yaten. Oh, a backstep. So I have a gap closer and a backstep. Grants enhanced NP. NP. Not sure which skill NP is off the top of my head. Oh, there's NP. Oh, it boosts my ranged attack that I never use. Oh, okay. There's our destination. Surrounded by Avis, of course.
Should we chance to meet Masachamp again, remind me to thank him. Had he not warned us to expect the Nath, I doubt I would be standing here. amid ruins that I would tentatively describe as Ishgardian. The style, if not quite identical, betrays a definite resemblance. You have a scholar's eye, Master Alphino. The structure is in fact over 1,000 years old. It is a remnant of the age when our ancestors and dragonkind lived together in peace. You claim this is evidence of our harmonious past? I was taught that these buildings were constructed by heretics in honor of you Dravanian masters. This rubble inspires no such awe in me. Stubborn fool! How desperately you cling to the false teachings of your beloved Holy See. Enough, both of you. You threaten the success of our mission with this incessant squabbling. Dekumon, pray reason with these two. Our goals are the same. Set aside your differences for now. The truth of the past will be revealed. Let's go for the truth of the past will be revealed. I like that one. That one seems to shut them both up, hopefully. Quite. Lest you forget, our goal is to prevent a war which will claim the lives of Dravanians and Ishgardians alike. If we are to accomplish this, you must learn to tolerate each other's presence. Trust in Dekumon's gift. In time, the secrets of history will be brought to light. Let that be enough, Vistinian. You would have me keep my counsel until Dekumon's visions confirm the truth? Very well, but bait me not. Our meeting with Hraesvelgar will likely provide the catalyst Dekumon's gift requires, as it did mine. Let us press on. I'm assuming I don't need any of these. Nope. Take the silver pieces, and we'll be done with this quest. Next is the Shrine Towers. Also, we are officially up to 52 quests at this point, if I wasn't already. Spy you the 3 great towers to the west. No, actually I don't. There's a giant mountain range and a dust storm from here, so sorry, I can't. Ishgardians know them as Annex Shrine. The place serves as a roost for Hraesvelgar's lesser kindred. If we are to reach the peak of Solmal, then we must first beseech these dragons to open the way. But do not be disheartened. The one who leads them is a friend. Or rather more concerned is the disposition of the Nath. Let us survey the approach to the towers and see if the path is clear. I can't see squat in this dust assail, that's the problem. Not sure how much surveying I'll be able to do, but yeah, all right, we'll give it a shot. Maybe I can avoid the Avis while I'm at it. Gotta say, the questline's been doing a good job of just been leading me to these ether currents. I think this is what, number 4, 5 that we've seen through here? Where's ether currents? Oh no, 6. Damn. I'm gonna have these done a lot faster than I thought I would. Oh, damn. That would be Solmal, wouldn't it? The big mountain that I can barely see because of the giant dust storm we've got going on right now. It is as I feared. The road ahead is teeming with Nath soldiers. Masachan did not exaggerate then. These beastmen have grown brazen indeed, if they would threaten the dragons so openly. Do they intend to assault the lair itself? I pray they do not. Mighty though my Dravanian friends are, they are yet vulnerable to the Nath's muskets. Oh, it brightened up considerably. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. Thank you, Dust Storm, for going away. There is no route save the one before us. Should the beastmen offer battle, we have no choice but to accept. The hell was that? Was that you? That was a rough landing, it sounded like. And off he goes again. Would that I could fly, right? Oh man. Barely 2 steps further than I was, and back to the old purple smoke. And the Nath again. You know what? Good night. Oh, 1 shot, 1 kill. I think I went way overboard with that hit. Oh, no, hold on. My list says there's a second pack. Ah, there you guys are. Also, muskets? You guys have muskets? Not worth a lot of XP, but we'll take what I can get.
But still, muskets?
I take no pleasure in killing the Nath. 'Twas to avoid bloodshed that I agreed to join you on your journey.
They're not giving us a lot of choice, though.
Well, it cannot be helped. We may proceed into the courtyard together, but leave the task of hailing its occupants to me. And keep your lance on your back, Dragoon.
On my word to the Warrior of Light, I shall start no fight, only finish it.
You truly are beyond salvation. Come then.
Gonna beat us some dragons? Is that the plan here? Hopefully with some voice acting this time around. The scene definitely looks important enough for voice acting.
Vidofnir!
Oh, damn, that's a mouthful. I thought these guardian names were tough to pronounce. Frickin' dragon names? Crap. Oof.
Ah, 'tis thee, little one.
Holy, I did not expect that voice.
Above, I did mistake thee for a Nath. 'Tis well I chanced to look again, or thou wouldst now be ash.
Damn.
Dear Vidofnir, how I have missed you. Would that I had come sooner, and not out of dire necessity.
Thou art troubled. Speak that I might know thy plight.
Oh, it's a tale and a half here, Vidofnir.
Thou wouldst have father admonish his brood brother.
Mm-hmm. It's about the short end of it.
End this war without further bloodshed.
How am I to believe thee, little one, when thine own companion beareth Nidhogg's stolen eye?
Ooh, yeah, well, give it back? Estidian, careful what you say.
Have care, dragon, or I shall gouge out one of yours.
God damn it. This is not helping, Estidian.
You forget yourself, sir. We are here on a mission of peace.
My sires will forbiddeth me from inviting discord to our home. 'Tis for this reason and no other that thou still drawest breath, knight.
Ooh.
Vidofnir, please. We must be allowed to convey our intentions to Hraesvelgar in person, with words of our own choosing. Grant us this favor, and open the way to Som Al.
Thou hast ever been welcome, little one.
But the rest of you, fuck off.
But I cannot grant thy wish. I am bound to remain here, and protect my kin from the Nath's god.
Oh shit. I knew it. I knew there was a primal involved.
The Nath have summoned a primal.
Yep. And that's my cue.
Pray excuse my forwardness, but if we were to eliminate the threat to your territory, would you consent to Lady Izel's request?
Ha! Dost thou imagine thyself equal to the task? To succeed where dragons have failed?
Me? No, of course not. The dude behind me, the one with the big sword.
'Tis beyond thee, mortal. But thou art welcome to try, nonetheless. Only know that idle promises shall avail thee naught.
Ah, you haven't heard of the Warrior of Light. But that's alright. I'm sure I can prove myself to you in a few quests.
It would seem we have no choice but to make good on Alphino's offer. Why must our every bid for peace breed yet more war?
Gotta be honest, putting down a primal, still a good idea. Kind of a thoughtful stare there, Stinian. Panties, panties, there we are, some striking pants. I'll take those. Speaking of, let's put those on and see, you know, that actually kind of works. Let me see. That's better than the skirt I was wearing earlier. Gifts for the outcasts.
So, the Nath have summoned their god. And thus is the mystery of their newfound belligerence laid to rest. Are you not glad, Lady Iceheart? I thought you would applaud them for summoning a primal to further their own ends. After all, you did. I did not reach out to Saint Shiva to further mine own ends. I desired her strength only to forge anew the peace between man and dragon. What a fool I am to speak of peace to you, a bloodthirsty savage who murders without thought or compunction. Enough, enough I say! If the Nath have truly brought forth their deity from the ether, we must face it together, or watch our hopes fall apart.
Excuse me, Alphino, Chocobo head blocking you from the camera.
Oh, thank you. All now rests upon this primal's defeat. But ere we think of confronting it, we must first study its origins. What is the nature of this god? What manner of faith sustains its existence? My apologies. You are right, of course. Let us return to Tailfeather and consult with Masachamp. He knows more of the Nath and their culture than most.
Back to Tailfeather, you say? Well, before we do that, there's one very important thing that I want to do, and that is attune to the ether right up here, so I don't have to make this long-ass walk again. No offense, but I'll blow the gill on the teleport every time. Hopefully Masachamp doesn't mind me bringing a Chocobo in here.
No, not at all, lad, not at all. Just make sure he wipes his feet beforehand. Oh ho, back already, are we? Met the Nath, did you? And what is it you'd like to...
We're gonna deal with the problem here.
Summoned a primal, you say? 7 hells. Well, I don't know bugger all about Nath religion, if I'm honest. Beyond their trading habits, never seemed much point in asking. But it should have been that hard to figure out. From time to time, you barter with a small hive to the north and west of here. Outcasts from the main tribe, from what I understand. I reckon they'd be willing to tell you a bit about themselves, if you give them the right incentives, of course. That sounds promising. And what exactly would a Nath consider to be the right incentives? Oh, nothing your average hunter couldn't scrounge up in a day or two. But seeing as you're in a hurry, you might want to divide the chores amongst yourselves. You'll want a good-sized jar of landtrap nectar, basket of calamtree fruit, and, always a Nath favorite, a generous portion of young Nanka flesh.
I shall gather the fruit. Leaping to the lower branches of these forest giants should present little challenge to me.
Then I shall collect the nectar, with Master Alphino's arcane assistance. And that leaves you to bring home the meat. You'll need to carve it from the smaller Nankas that live in the rivers. 3 big hunks should be enough, I reckon. Once you got everything together, you'll need to set it down at what we call the trading post. Here, I'll mark the spot on your map for you. You have been most kind, Master Masachamp. Well then, let us attend to the respective tasks and reconvene at the trading post. I need hardly add that the last one there is a rotten Nanka egg.
And that'll probably be me because, you know, you guys just gonna have to find things. I have to kill things. Ah, that's what I'm looking for, the little itty bitty ones. Uh-oh, unfortunately Big Mama is not too happy with this decision. Hang on, Mama. Ah, I didn't need that sen. Of course not. Take care of the little one. And then I suppose I'll deal with Big Mama. I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky she'll hatch and give me another one to target. Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, it just means we gotta take out the little ones, and that's convenient. There's a second one right there. Sorry, little guy, but apparently the Nath have a thing for Nanka veal. Although you're definitely out in the wild, I wouldn't really call you true veal. And there's 3. Now, let's take this up to the so-called trading post. I knew it, see? I had to kill things. All you guys had to do was find things, and figured I'd be the last one here.
I was able to gather a goodly amount of nectar from the land traps, though I would not have known how to harvest it without Isael's help. Do you have the Nanka meat?
Yeah, here it is.
Getting close? Splendid. I shall put this with Astinian's fruit and assemble a suitably generous-looking hamper for the Nath.
Don't need any of those, sad to say. The non-mind. Oh, are you saying you guys have a hive mind? It wouldn't surprise me. They are insects. It's quite possible.
Well, everything appears to be in order. Assuming no one has any objections to my choice of presentation, I shall place our offering at the trading post as instructed. Were I of the Nath, I think I would be suitably impressed.
Oh, more ticks for the counter. Thing probably reeks to hell.
Well, how long must we wait? Should we have sounded a signal or some such?
Yeah, I have no idea. Maybe we should back up.
Calm yourself, Master Alphino. Our offering has not gone unnoticed.
Oh! Wow, I haven't seen you guys walk. It's kind of a interesting looking walk there. Jesus. Oh crap, what voice do I give Vath?
Click, click. Long has it been since hunters last came to trade, bearing gifts that filled the air with such delightful scents. Landtrap nectar, golden tree fruit, and naga flesh. What delectable foods you have brought for us. Our meager existence is much enriched by your bounty. Come, hunters. Come to our hive if you would trade. Cramped and stifling our homes are, but the rancid incense keeps the dragons at bay. Cramped, stifling, and horribly smelly. But better to live in stench than be cracked and crunched by dragon jaws, yes? Come, come, it is not far.
I have no idea if that voice is going to work. Oh, they have beetle shells on their back. I didn't notice. Well, I guess we have entry into the hive now. Guess we just gotta work our way over there. This is a sneaky little hole you guys have.
Click, click. Your presence has been announced to the storyteller. You must speak to our chosen leader in words, for we are Vath. We are the non-mind.
I was right, hive mind. Vath storyteller. Probably unvoiced, right? Oh my god, he has mustaches and a beard.
Click, click. Welcome to our hive, hunters. You have brought delicacies much sought after by our people, and we are much pleased. What would you have in return? Honored Elder, pray allow me to begin by thanking you for welcoming us into your home, and for accepting our humble offerings. My companions and I are come in search of knowledge, specifically, knowledge of your people's god. Knowledge alone? What strange hunters you are! But if it is words you desire, then words you shall have. We are the Vath, the non-mind, and to speak is our fate. You will hear the tale of the Nath's god, of the god the One Mind summoned into our midst. The One Mind? These are the Nath who reside in the main colony. Yes, they are one, connected. But let us begin the story at its beginning. Some moons ago, a single dragon flew in from the east, bleeding and weak. It fell from the sky and into the hive, where it was swarmed by my brethren, and with spear and spell and musket, the dragon was slain. 'Twas likely one that had fled battle with my kinsmen. I should commend you for finishing the job.
Dirty look and shrug, wow.
Dragons are fierce and terrible adversaries. The One Mind would always cower when their winged shadows passed over the ground, but no longer. They had learned that a battle-weary Dravanian was easy prey. Thus did the One Mind decide to heed the words of the black-robed man.
No! No, not the Asians again! Damn it!
The One Mind would call forth our god and unleash his blades upon the dragons. Dravanian lands would become Nathlands, and ever larger would grow our domain. But our god ever hungers. The price he demands in crystals far exceeds the rewards for this war. We, the Vath, despise and revile his insatiable existence.
Well, did not expect a Dravanian pain in my ass to be here. Okay, we want the slaying ring. Great, Asians. Just what I really wanted to deal with. Oh, and another side quest, which I'm betting, yep, has an ether current. Ah, there we are. I had to loop the camera around a little bit. A Nathic deity.
I call upon the power of a primal for the greater good, conscious all the while that I do so at grave cost to the land. I reason it is a necessary evil, and willingly shoulder the burden of my sin. In suggesting that such crimes can be justified, you may argue that I presume too much, but you must surely see that I am aware of the magnitude of my transgressions. Not so the Nath. They summon their deity for no greater purpose than to expand their dominion. To a scion of the Seventh Dawn, one sworn to eliminate the primal threat, the distinction you draw seems questionable at best. But the fact remains that my own grandfather risked unleashing the power of the 12 in an attempt to prevent the calamity. Thus, while I may not condone your actions, I at least understand them. Not so the Nath, as you so rightly put. If they truly seek naught but territorial gain, I can only conclude that they are ignorant of the ruinous consequences of their god's insatiable appetite. The longer this primal is suffered to exist, the greater the suffering it will cause. It must be destroyed.
How lightly you propose the destruction of this god, Master Alphino, a being of whom we know not. Has it occurred to you that you may be sending the Warrior of Light to his death?
No, you have the right of a Destinian. 'Twould seem it is I who am guilty of presuming too much.
Don't worry about it, I can take him.
Pray, forgive me, Dekumon.
I do not fear my duty. No kidding. Dude, come on. I'm the Warrior of Frickin' Light, I can take him.
Wait, Dekumon need not face this alone. Like him, I am blessed with the Echo's protection, and may do battle without fear of primal influence. Let me bear this burden.
What, you gonna put Primal against Primal? That seems dangerous. Huh, do you truly imagine yourself a second Warrior of Light? Remind me, how many Primals have you faced, my lady? Not that it matters. We know not where this god resides or how to challenge it. Unless you mean to pray until it appears.
I could try. Estinian makes a valid point. Let us speak with the Vath, and learn how best to secure an audience with their deity. In this, at least, I may be of assistance.
Keep them coming, game. Keep them coming. We're gonna get that knot counter over 100 before long.
The young lord certainly appears eager to prove his worth.
Yeah, he might still be feeling a bit of the old inadequacy from earlier.
We are that. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's thoughts. We cannot predict their will.
Oh, okay, I'm just gathering information, huh?
Dick, put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, that he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that.
No, but we can resist it.
Dick, you wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as a sacrifice, and you will soon be brought before him. You would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however.
Interesting thought. Not the greatest idea, but hey, I've heard worse ones.
You are generous hunters, yes. Many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring us just one more? We are very fond of Nunca flesh. Yes, the meat of a young Nunca would make a fine repast.
Great. I need one more. And the game couldn't have told me to do this beforehand. No. All right, be right back. All right, I got your pound of flesh. Jesus, I feel like I'm having to bribe you.
You Vath do enjoy our Nunca flesh. Have you been out hunting yet?
Here, take the damn thing.
Another gift for the Vath. So unexpected. Yes, you will have more of the words you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single Nath, and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible.
Mayhaps the fake surrender idea seems to be the most likely at this point.
The Vath are wont to allude to certain concepts without explanation.
Bye, Chocobo.
But I believe I am beginning to grasp a few of the fundamentals. From what I understand, The king-like Overmind sits at the center of Nath society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. These Nath, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the Primal was summoned. Those who reside in this smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the Non-Mind, who, for reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Nath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions.
And of the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Jeez, man.
Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the Primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nath will bring us before their deity to make an offering of our souls.
Yeah, maybe should just be you and me on that one, Assail. Don't want to have to bring Alphino and Astinian into this one.
Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is you propose. You mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nath, surrender yourselves into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until their god arrives to claim your soul? Aye, that fairly well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Dekumon? Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a man to err on the side of caution.
Yeah, no. Still crazy, though. Would that I could fight at your side, warrior of light, but the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphino.
Then it is settled. Dekumon, you and I shall challenge the guards at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner.
I don't like this idea. I do not like this idea. In fact, I like this idea so little that we're gonna end it here for now. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for some more Eorzine adventures. I have a feeling we're gonna be seeing a primal fight in the next video. See you then.